Here in this video we have taken a slight break from the risk management process, and we are going to see one concept which we have come across in many videos, and in many parts of this series I have mentioned about the risk benefit analysis. So this video I am specially dedicating to the topic of risk benefit analysis. A risk benefit ratio is the ratio of the risk of an action to its potential benefits. Basically, this is a ratio where the risk is being estimated in terms of benefit. So whatever benefits we are going to get out of a process which has a risk or which has a hazard which is identified, whether the benefit which is actually getting out of the process, it is important, or the risk is, or the hazard is more severe. So this risk benefit analysis we have to study, and this we have considered a risk. We have always seen, whenever we are identifying a risk, we have always seen the risk benefit ratio. We have compared the risk with our acceptability criteria. If the risk is not acceptable, we have done the risk benefit analysis. Even after controlling the risk with the help of control measures, if the risk or if the residual risk is not acceptable, again we have done a risk benefit analysis. So up to this we have done, or we have considered the risk benefit analysis in most of the part of our risk management program. So risk benefit analysis is analysis that seeks to quantify the risk and benefits, and hence it is a ratio of risk benefit analysis. Analyzing a risk can be heavily dependent on human factors, since it is a subjective, or the medical laboratory may perform an analysis of relevant clinical evidence to determine the medical benefits of the intended use outweighs the residual risk. This analysis may be performed at the level of an individual residual risk or for the overall residual risk. The non-serious incidents or undesirable side effect, these all must be analyzed for risk benefit, and that have significant impact should be trend reported. So what are the steps involved in the risk benefit analysis? First, you have to estimate the benefit, you have to quantify the benefit, and estimate the clinical risk. So the clinical evaluation is expected to address the significance of any risk that remain after designed risk mitigation strategies. Now these clinical evidences of risk can be obtained from medical literature, clinical studies, performance evaluations, adverse event experience, expert medical opinion. All this must be considered while performing the evidences or clinical evidences of risk. If the residual risk is demonstrated to be outweighed by the benefits, then the risk may be considered as acceptable. The laboratory shall determine which information is necessary to disclose the residual risk. So even in previous video we have seen whether there is the risk in the process and it is considered to be acceptable considering the risk benefit ratio, and important communication must be made to the intended user. So we have to disclose the what is residual risk in the process. If the evidence does not support the conclusion that the medical benefit outweighs the residual risk, then the risk is not acceptable. So if there are evidences which suggest that the risk is not acceptable or it doesn't have any medical benefits, then are the medical benefits what we are going to get out of the risk are very minimal or not significant, then the risk is considered to be not acceptable. And as mentioned, the results of risk benefit analysis and the information needs to be disclosed to the intended recipient, and all this must be recorded. So this was a short video with respect to the risk benefit analysis and how to do the risk benefit analysis with the significance medical decision or medical benefit. So with this we will close this video of risk benefit.